And we are live. Good afternoon, mga kapidax, and welcome to our webinars. It's been a while, and I just wanted to reintroduce myself once more. My name is Kyle, and you're watching the another episode of our PDAX webinar where we talk about cryptocurrencies, the market, and general industry knowledge that we want to impart to you guys, our community. No, and so for this week's episode, I just wanna, as you guys might have seen already sa poster natin, it's featuring our friends from Buhawi Investment Management. But before I introduce them onto the stage where they'll be having a presentation, I want to see here in the comments naman na nandito tayo. Hello, everyone, mag-comment naman kayo kasi may pag-giveaway rin ulit tayo na shirts for those who comment and then ask questions. So I want to see your comments. Okay, so hello Lawrence, welcome. Normal community member natin. Si Javi, oh, Javi's here. What's up? What's up, Javi? Looking forward to a fruitful discussion, no? So before we go there, I just want to have an announcement to everyone, which is our Lucky 24 promo is currently ongoing. So for those interested in joining us, share ko lang dito sa screen. Yan. So this is our Lucky 24 promo. Download, trade, and then win a Samsung Galaxy S21 or cryptocurrency. So wow, how do you join this? So actually, explain ko lang very quickly yung mga mechanics. The promo period is from March 24 to April 16, 2021. This is open to all PDAX verified users, okay? So, basta mag-verify kayo. And to qualify, a user must trade any amount using PDAX, exchange or mobile. Each completed trade is considered as one raffle entry, okay? And out of these trades, 24 winners will be picked via raffle and will be announced on the official PDAX FB page on April 16, 2021. Okay? So the prizes as follows. The grand winner, syempre, will win a Samsung S21 Ultra 5G. Wow, grabe. And then 9 winners will be winning 3,000 pesos worth of Bitcoin. 7 winners will be winning 2,000 pesos worth of ETH. 7 winners will be winning 1,000 pesos worth of XRP. Okay, so you can find more details sa Facebook page natin. I'll be linking it here down below to our Facebook page, the more details for the promo mechanics. No, so if that's not any more incentive for you guys to trade or to buy and sell, maka Samsung S21 pa kayo plus may profit pa kayo from trading, why not, diba? So I encourage everyone to join. We encourage everyone to join and participate in our promo. Okay? So now that we've announced our Lucky 24 download, trade, and win promo, I wanted to go back to the meat of it and introduce our guests. So our guests are none other than the people behind Buhawi Investment Management, an investment management firm. They're also behind, I'm pretty sure everyone knows, Open Journal, which is a trading community. And I'll let them explain more and actually be passing the mic to them now. So they are none other than Matt Flores, Luis Mison, and Joseph Singson. So welcome, Matt, Luis, and Joseph.
Guys, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon and welcome for joining us. Okay, thanks for joining us on this Friday afternoon. Exciting, no?
Exciting.
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, what's
Right.
up, Matt? Kyle, thanks for having us. Luis.
What's up?
Yun. So,
Kumusta?
if you could just introduce yourselves to those who are just not familiar. These are the not familiar with Buhawi or Open Journal. Could you give us just a brief introduction to yourself?
Sure.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, okay. So at least hello guys. Good afternoon. I'm Matt Flores from Open Journal by Buhawi Investment Management. So basically Open Journal it's a private access to BIM or to sa Buhawi Investment Management, and it's also a community. It's a community of traders na who wants to learn to trade, not just for equity market but also in cryptocurrency. For BIM naman, the Buhawi Investment Management, basically majority of the funds there are actually equity fund. So since 2019, this was a time na nag-add kami ng additional fund which is specifically for cryptocurrency. So that's actually it. It's more of combination of a community and a access to the fund, which is the Buhawi Investment Management. So yeah, Joseph,
All right.
Luis.
Right. What's up, guys? Mga
Up.
kapidax, Open Journal, ka-investa, everyone here today with our live stream. Thanks, PDAX, for the opportunity. But we're not complete from BIM. Of course, our CIO and founder, Javi Medina, aka Taylor, is watching us here. So, Javi, magparamdam ka naman in the comment
Ay,
section.
nagparamdam na.
Meron na ba? Meron na ba? Hindi ka
Paramdam na.
makita eh.
Oo, nagparamdam
Yo.
na.
Yep.
Okay. Luis, anything to add? Anything to say?
Dude.
I think you guys are eager na to start it, so I'll just pass it off from you. But just a quick announcement again to everyone. So we have a pag-giveaway tayo. We'll be giving away 5 PDAX t-shirts to you guys. All you have to do, comment, ask questions throughout. So we'll have a short Q&A session later at the end of the presentation of Joseph, Luis, and Matt. No? So Joseph, I'll give the floor to you. We're excited to hear your thoughts. Thank you.
See you later, bro.
Gabe,
See you
see
later.
you, Kyle. Thanks. What's up, guys? Magandang hapon again. Good afternoon. So, again, thank you for your time here today. And we're also looking forward to sharing some insights, knowledge, relevant information to really help guide you in this, cryptocurrency space. So, medyo informal lang po tayo, parang open forum where Luis, Matt, and I will just freely share, comment, and talk about the different, topics and ideas we have today. So, for our main topic this month, and note that this is going to be a free and regular live stream event. So, BIM XPDAX Crypto Fridays. So, I highly recommend you guys calendar at least and spend time 1 month, allocate that time to join us today, an hour of learning, fun, and kwentuhan. So, yung main theme natin, Luis and Matt, we're going to talk about market rotation, updates with the cryptocurrency space. Definitely a lot of action here. News going around, Elon, institutional support, people wondering whether it's time to buy or sell. And we'll do our best to help ascertain and lead you towards the best possible, picture, macro, and really understand what's happening in the space. So with that, we just wanted to really share something we observed, no? And to those of you who have been trading for some time, yung tipong wave 3 or advancing phase, and majority of trading systems, whether they acknowledge it or not, pretty much rely on, wave 3 sa Elliott wave, yung advancing phase, to be able to make the most amount of money. And we essentially see that as the path of least resistance, in the sense that that is where majority of the money is made. And if we take a deeper look at that, in our wave 3 or advancing phase, that's essentially where we have a sentiment shift. And I'm not sure about you guys, but at least on my end, a lot of friends, family, titos and titas have been really asking already about cryptocurrency, PDAX, Bitcoin. Ano ba yan? How about you guys, Luis and Matt? Have you guys had any inquiries on people asking how to open an account and stuff like that?
Yeah, dude, for sure. A lot of random people
Yep.
just asking
Even-
randomly
yeah.
what's Bitcoin, where can we
Yep.
open,
Right.
Yeah.
etc. All that happens.
Right.
So
And at least from our discipline of technical analysis, we really see that there's essentially a sentiment shift from negative to positive. Yung tipong people are curious, people are really interested in the space, and if you take a look at the picture on the left side, that's essentially a comparison between institutions before is an arguable level of what we like to call institutional sponsorship. Nakikisaw-saw na sila sa pansitan, right? They're really wanting to be involved in the space, really see what's happening. And Luis, you can share more on this later, pero at least what we've been tracking through looking at macro, following research like Real Vision, Raul Pal, we saw this with Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy, who set a portion of their retained earnings and part of the balance sheet and converted it essentially to Bitcoin. Then you started having other institutions follow, like PayPal, Elon Musk of Tesla, and all of these traditional institutions who at some point in time were largely against it. It's quite interesting to see, right? And that in itself is one of the manifestations of institutional sponsorship. And if you take it like a step further, just looking at Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, compared to, let's say, other traditional asset classes, being a trader, it would definitely catch your attention one way or another, given its performance 2020 amidst the pandemic, and just given its performance the past few years. You can see the chart in the lower right hand, which pretty much shows you that is where a lot of the participation has been, people supporting it, and just generally its performance as an asset class. And yeah, you guys might be wondering why is that happening, or maybe even some of the moves in crypto the past week where we're seeing some sort of correction. You might be wondering what's going on. So we'll go straight on to it. Usapang charts po before we talk about the heart really of market rotation. So we'll try to make this, guys, as chill, least nosebleed as possible. So just follow us and we'll just help shed some light on the bigger picture, the macro with what's happening. So essentially, one tool which Javi, Matt, Luis, and I have been using to track our macro view of the different financial markets is essentially the DXY, DXY, or the US dollar index. And what we essentially see right now coming from a down move is somewhat of a counter rally. You can see upon us plotting our Fibonacci, we saw somewhat of a breakout of resistance. And this counter trend move in Dixie is essentially what is driving, at least in the tertiary term or short term, commodities and by extension, emerging markets a bit lower. Kita po naman if you guys are also trading the local market. And this essentially serves as a potential headwind for commodities, and included there, of course, digital commodities like crypto. At least if we take a look at what happened in gold over the past few months, it being a leader in the commodity space, started showing a corrective move lower, following, of course, the Dixie going somewhat risk off. And this is something that also Javi in his talk a few months ago was alluding to. And this is primarily the different macro foundations which we take a look at to be able to help give some clarity with what's happening in the space. So essentially you have the Dixie going a bit higher, followed by commodities moving at least in the short term lower. And the rotation essentially is commodities first, including, of course, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies there, followed by emerging markets like the Philippines. So guys, taas kamay or comment po tayo dyan, and I'm sure Matt can attest to this. Nahihirapan ba kayo sa Philippines? Yes or no? May mga whipsaw dyan ba, guys?
Yeah.
Di ba, Matt?
Yeah. At
tipong,
least for the Philippine
yeah, go
market,
ahead.
it's very difficult to trade and actually to invest Philippine market. And
Right.
yung pinakita ni Joseph na it's more of the move of the US dollar or the DXY. It's basically at least for that's one possible reason we are looking at kung bakit merong volatility going down yung commodity market like you mentioned kanina ni Joseph na gold or the gold spot. And then of course, he mentioned also that the first move or at least the leader while the US dollar is moving higher is the gold and then susunod na yung emerging markets. And for the local market for the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, what we can see here on the first second week of the year 2021, parang andali to trade, 'di ba? Everyone is kumikita. Um, However, nung nag-move na unti-unti yung US dollar like past 91, 90 level, then that's a time the emerging markets, not just the Philippines guys, but the at least yung Philippines is the leader when it comes to going lower. So nagkaroon na ng difficulty yung mga traders to at least to make money in the market.
Right. And unfortunately, Matt, leader rin po tayo sa COVID, no? So it's just
Yeah.
a deadly duo. I was telling and sharing to Matt and Luis a while ago. I mean, it just kind of feels like March 2020 again. I mean, not to be negative, but all of these, stuff happening and volatility ahead, hospitals getting full again, all of that. So, yes, emerging markets, including the Philippines, damay rin tayo dyan with the counter rally with the US dollar index. And to be honest, as of now, if you ask us regarding the Philippines, it's still to be determined kung ano pong mangyayari. We're still in some sort of correction, move lower. We're somewhat range bound in the channel you see here. And it's a tough market to trade,
Yes.
to be completely honest. Yung tipong Matt, di ba? Yung tipong pagbili mo, let's say breakout, may setup, biglang bubuhos, di ba?
Yep.
Or pag-cut
Feel.
mo, na-hit na yung trail stop mo, dyan aarangkada si price, di ba? So it's
Yes.
frustrating, right? Challenging.
Yep.
So with that, guys, given that it's a challenging market locally, and at the same time, cryptocurrency has been gaining some sort of institutional support and adoption, at least for our clients and for Open Journal. We were quite vocal about the opportunities in the crypto space last year and maybe even earlier. We were fortunately able to sound the alarm of being risk off in the Philippines in risk assets and essentially navigate the cryptocurrency space to find through pockets and issues of relative strength. And this is something that Javi actually said. Why will we force hard pesos or hard centavos if we can go for easy pennies or easy dollars? And of course, that's to be taken with a grain of salt, guys. I'm sure all of you astute traders, syempre, alam po natin na walang madali in that sense. But what we mean is going to assets, going to financial markets with less resistance. Yung tipong kung ayaw, edi wag po natin pilitin, di ba? I mean, we don't have to unnecessarily stress ourselves out or burn unnecessary capital. So we sounded that risk off. And just to be clear, what we mean by risk off isn't yung tipong 100% cash, mamba out sa Philippine market, you won't chart anymore, do your homework. No, we just mean increasing your cash level, diversifying portfolio, asset allocation to other markets. And next up, I'll turn over the floor to Bro Luis, who's gonna guide us and discuss a bit about market rotation. Ano pong nangyayari with that? So Luis, brother, take it away. We'll back you up.
Yeah, man. So, Joseph, like, again, hindi ka nagkulang kaka-reiterate that the PSEI is in a hard penny environment, right?
Yeah.
Then I'm sure people who are watching the show right now or trading for a living, to make a living. You're here to make money. You're not trading for fun. You're not trading to prove anything to anyone. You're
Yeah.
trading to make money.
Syempre.
So if you want to make money, what are you doing in the PSEI? Yun yung first question ko. Are you trying to prove something or what? Second, it's not so hard to open up an account for cryptocurrency. It was not like back then, say in Coins PH or whatever exchanges back then, pahirapan magbukas. PDAX is so easy to open an account. Sobrang liit ng barrier to entry to trade these markets, and you see it's a bull run. I don't understand what's stopping people from trading the crypto space besides maybe not seeing it a year back like we did in Buhawi and Open Journal. Kasi how I saw it back then was when si boss said that, hey man, I think malaki potential ng crypto. And yung mental image that was playing in my head was like a baseball pitcher. Hinagisan ka ng straight ball. Pag tama nung ball sa bat, tumunog, and then God said pause. Tapos pag pause ni God, binulungan ka, hey, build your arc. Start moving into the space, etc. And that was around December last year, mga December 13, 14 specifically, when Bitcoin was hovering at around 18, 19K, parang may slight pause. And then when it broke 20K, obviously, not financial advice, but from a 3-year base, you broke off of that, you should probably expect a good sized move, right?
Right, for sure.
Now, going back to this topic today, the question is it too late? I mean, like what boss always says, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail in your trade and you want to execute your plan. But if you didn't see the opportunity back then, is it too late to execute?
Right.
Now, usually, like in the slide shown, yun nga, the money trades on emotions. When most people peak pessimism, like with Joseph's slides na Bitcoin's a scam, ano ba yung Bitcoin, kalokohan ba yan, etc.
Yeah.
Is it real money? It's like fake stuff, right? Usually pag lumalabas yung news na yun, you know you're at the bottom. And then like right now,
Yep.
it's good that you pointed it out. Medyo sobrang positive ng news, right?
A lot of
Si-
hype, right?
Diba?
Yeah.
Elon Musk is buying, he's saying, na,
Unlike
okay,
before.
exactly.
Unlike
That
before,
when-
like
when-
2017, 2018, which is
Mhm.
yun yung peak before ng cryptocurrency or at least yung Bitcoin. The problem with that kasi, at least before, is walang masyadong regulations eh. So as you can see, yung mga tao, yung sentiment-wise is sobrang hype nila na ang iniisip lang nila is this Bitcoin is a bubble and then walang mangyayari. Yung
Correct.
tipong magpo-pop na lang anytime and then everyone will just lose money. And this is,
Correct.
ito yung ina-explain ni Joseph kanina, just to share, Luis. Ito yung ina-explain ni Joseph kanina, na when it comes to the stages of the market, makakakita ka ng advancing and then makakakita ka rin ng declining. And then
Correct.
what we saw during the 2019, when we bring this up to the community, which is Open Journal, we bring this up na as of now, what is happening, it's we are on the neglect phase. Meaning yung
Correct.
tipong, like Joseph mentioned kanina, di ba, dun sa slide na, it's more of parang even the institutions are saying na, oh, let's yan, walang laman yung cryptocurrency.
Scam daw, pahirapan ko muna
Correct,
kliyente,
scam,
di ba?
correct. However, what is happening now is very different na. We have enough regulations, not just in the Philippines, like for example sa PDAX, it's a BSP regulated, but also across global market. And this is the reason why institutions now starting to participate.
Right.
Correct.
Diba?
Speaking of which, like I remember Javi telling us back then that usually sa bottom ng market, pahirapan ko muna ng kliyente.
Yes.
And
Yep.
pag mataas na yung market, sobrang pumapasok yung pera, right?
Correct.
Eh, ngayon, question ko, Joseph, Matt, marami ba ang kliyente na kukuha right now? Versus say a year ago? In terms of
Eh,
crypto. Di ba mas
I
marami nakakabot ngayon?
Yes, yes, right, right. And this is actually the same with the emotional cycle of investing na we
Correct.
continue to share sa open journal. Kasi the
Mm.
more na umaakit yung presyo, the more na mas optimistic yung mga tao willing to invest once nakikita nila sa different social media na, oh, everyone is making money in cryptocurrency. I want to go there also. Diba? Without understanding the at least the regulations, the idea of, or at least the technology of cryptocurrency or the blockchain itself.
Right.
Right. Right.
So parang Luis, you have a lot of people asking the right questions like what is blockchain tech, what are NFTs, what are the use cases of
Sure.
crypto,
Sure.
and kumbaga at the same time, and I think this is something we also share to the community, and as technical analysts and technicians, we understand na alam mo yun, yung tipong pag lumalaglag at support level, mahirap siya bilhin. Pero at the same time, that's where the most alpha, that's where the most money can be made. Yung tipong nakakatakot pero may setup and you can execute. You get it, diba?
Yeah, dude, ano, like what I say, if you feel it in your stomach once you hit the buy button, you're probably right. Naramdaman mo sa tiyan mo na,
Nice,
okay,
nice.
oh crap, am I
Yep.
mad for doing this? If you feel that
Right.
way, you're probably right.
Correct.
Kasi, di ba,
Lalo na if you're talking about an advancing phase or in a bull market. That's correct.
yeah, pero kasi, what people don't understand, when people move from, let's say, PSEI, the US market, when they move to the crypto market, hindi nila maraming na corn beef / GG.
Nakakarne, tama.
Nakakarne pare. Kasi, ano hindi nila in-expect yung, and I quote, the degenerates in crypto could do 100x leverages, right? Na pag yan na-liquidate, it would produce massive red candles with
Right.
massive wicks. Na if yung style mo hindi sanay against opponents against other market people who do that, hindi ka masasanay sa volatility that the crypto market gives. So again, if wala ka sa plan, the big question right now, Joseph, diba, is with people handing money, is it too late to be pouring money into Bitcoin? Because if we were talking a year ago when Bitcoin was around, what, 6-7K? Actually, nag 3.5 pa March last year, right?
Yes. Yep.
3.5K.
That's
Diba? The risk,
3,500.
yeah, dude, the risk to reward was super big. And now that it's at what, 50K, we almost touched 60 like probably 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Diba? Yung risk to reward ba, sulit pa ba? So the question is, as a trader, saan umiikot yung pera? And usually, pag ang Bitcoin nagpo-pause, magse-set up yung ibang coins. Right? It usually rotates into Ethereum. Then after Ethereum, magro-rotate to second liners. After second liners, magro-rotate sa third liners. So for example, ngayon, third liners. Alam mong third liners na wala na yung coins na to sa usual exchanges. Very exotic na like what BTT, Filecoin ni Boss, Engine. So kung yun yung mga lumilipad, wala sa main names yung pera, you mean it means that the macro move is not there yet. If you look at the names that were moving, yung second liners, sila Link, Dot, etc. At sila nagko-consolidate right now. Ethereum, Bitcoin, which goes back to your chart a while ago, na yung DXY umaangat
Tama.
Correct. Right.
But even the DXY is going up, nagko-conso kasi yung denominator nung pairs natin is denominated in USD. I think the hope, not really hope, but like the fundamental thesis why we still have moves to go up in this bull market that it's not done yet is what Powell just announced, diba?
Jay
That,
Powell.
yeah, dude, Jay Powell just announced 1.9 trillion in stimulus. And
Fat stacks.
more, yeah, fat stacks, dude. I mean, the more cash you have, the more dollars or the more of something you have, the less valuable it is.
Right.
Diba? What makes Bitcoin valuable is there's only 21 million in existence. Dollars you could just print in thin air. Something's wrong.
Right. And Luis, just to add on top of that, like not only do you have another round of stimulus, but at the same time, and this was something we discussed for like an hour during our call, one of the topics we talked about was you have people in the US, an unprecedented amount of people opening new accounts, trading highly leveraged derivatives and options in crypto that they honestly don't understand. And I like what you said, Luis, about that contributing somewhat to the volatility. Can you share a bit more about that? The
Dude,
leverage.
it's like handing an idiot a gun, a loaded gun, basically. What's happening is people are trading who don't know anything about the markets because they're given essentially quote unquote free money by the government. And now that
Right.
you have free money and you don't have a job, you're gonna search online. Okay, what's the easiest way to make money online, etc. And then what you see on Google is, oh, make money trading. It's easy to make money, blah 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 blah. And then pupunta sila sa groups, may magbibigay ng signals, etc. So makikita nila, oh, ang dali pala nito, not knowing it was a bull market, na mask yung mistakes mo.
Mhm.
Ano yung isipin nila?
Correct.
Oh, genius ako, tara, leverage tayo, bro, leverage.
Yep.
100x. Oh.
Yes.
And then once the market makers, like let's say Paul Tudor Jones, etong sila Michael Saylor, Elon Musk start buying, ano mangyayari? Mal-liquidate kayo. Like for example, kung wala kang plano, you're gonna get liquidated. Why? Because back then, before Elon Musk announced that he was gonna buy Twitter, he's gonna buy Bitcoin via Twitter, he was shilling what? Doge, diba?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you're following the news, the markets, etc., yeah, you would have made a bit of money in Doge, but that was the time when Bitcoin was pulling back. Elon Musk was buying Bitcoin for Tesla. Diba?
Right.
You want to be like Elon. You want to be that guy and trade with the wind behind your back. Right?
Not
So gusto ko kung kailan namimili yung institutions, yung plano is to buy alongside them. Hindi yung ikaw yung you're gonna hand your Bitcoins to them. Now, what if, diba? What if sila George Soros start stepping in the picture? What, you're gonna hand your satoshis to him? No way, diba? I mean, if Bitcoin's the hardest asset, and in an inflationary environment, we're just printing a boatload amounts of money, diba? Whether it be art, land, real estate, whatever, you want to be in hard assets, given that, diba? Fiat is depreciating.
Right.
But right now, mangat yung fiat. Maybe we should wait pag lumabas na yung 1.9 trillion, see what's up, wait for the
Mhm.
rotation.
Nice.
But like right now, as I see it, it's really a great time to be a trader, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi nag-rotate yung pera. It's not a buy, hold, be dumb environment like it was maybe a year ago, January, just buy, di ba? When Bitcoin broke off the box at what, 18K, 20K, there wasn't much to do. Kumbaga, baka ikaw pa yung mabore just hodling or holding Bitcoin if that was your base, right? But right now, if you're gonna do that, of what base? Is it in support? Gagawin mo ba yun? May anchor ka ba at 18K for you to be able to do that? We're not so sure, right? So I think now's the best time to be with a group of guys trading the markets with you. Unless hindi mo alam yung gagawin mo, hand it to a professional money manager.
Right.
What I
And-
think personally. Kasi hindi, like, again, nagiging hard environment siya eh.
Very hard talaga, volatile, bro. And just to build on that, Matt, like local market, mahirap na nga. And
Yes.
I think what some people in crypto are looking at, and this is comparable, let's say, to people in the Philippines, whether they knew it or not, yung run up from 2008, 2009 to 2019, that secular bull market where a lot of people made boatloads of cash, people have this sort of impression na, uy, madali lang kumita sa stock market, lahat po umaakyat in the long run. And not being wary about these things moving in cycles, all of that stuff, diba?
Okay, speaking of that, can you move to the next slide, Joseph?
Sure.
Yeah. So speaking of that, that also happens in the crypto market. Dapat
Mhm.
alam mo when to bomba out. Diba? Peak nung 2017, 2018, I think Javi was the one who called it in the stage nung Investa Summit, diba?
Yeah,
Bear
uninvested.
market tayo. and people weren't like, wait, peak optimism at the top of the market, right? So I think yun yung mga dapat antayin natin sa crypto market where people are super, 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 super optimistic that even yung tricycle driver and yung jeepney driver would say, would shill you Bitcoin.
Yeah. That's true.
Yun yung time na
That's true.
iisipin mo na parang, okay, nonsense na tong...
Yeah. Is this
Parang
the
yung,
right time to sell?
oh, dude, yung hopium that they're snorting is too far from what reality actually is.
Hopium, I like that.
Yeah, hopium, dude, hopium. Don't smoke that. Too much hope. No. We don't do that here. So, back to reality. If ganun yung itsure ng market, I think you should have a plan to sell. And again, reiterating, if back then, at what, 2019 or even 2020, if nakita mo and you plan for it, stick to the plan. So it's the same with this. If may hawak ka
Mhm.
and you're gonna sell, you're gonna mamba out, right? Like what the slide shows. You gotta have a plan and actually stick to it. Kasi yung problem is when you stick to hope and aasa ka pa na, hey, aangat pa to, I believe in the technology, etc. I think fundamentally as traders, your job is to sell to the maximalist, right? Who believe in this technology, in the future, etc. Blah blah blah.
Mhm.
So yung goal
And
mo
at the end of the day, bro, it's very important for you to understand the business and the technology. Kasi at
Yeah.
the end of the day also, this is your money. If hindi mo naiintindihan kung saan ka naglalagay ng pera,
you wanna
let's
have the
say
bulk of it.
Bitcoin and ETH, then pag natalo yan, sino sisisihin mo at the end of the day? So it's very, very important na if you really believe on the technology, so ba't ka pa nag-iisip to invest in cryptocurrency or at least in Bitcoin?
Correct.
Diba?
I think yun yung hard part eh. And I think the segue to Matt's part. So again, given that DXY maangat, crypto is pausing because it's part of like what Joseph said, hard assets, commodities. So we're in a pause right now, anticipating the 1.9 trillion for another leg up, right? So ano ba yung charts, ano ba yung nakikita nila Matt right now for
Okay,
crypto before the move, right?
nice.
I guess it's best to start with the big boy, right? So rotation, Bitcoins, Ethereum,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of the markets.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Just a quick.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
go Joseph.
Matt, you can go ahead. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, at least looking at this presentation, this is actually the advantage of at least knowing where you are in the cycle. Diba? At least knowing or you understand paano ba nangyayari yung business cycle or at least yung cryptocurrency at the end of the day. Kasi as you can see here, 2013 and then up to 2017, yan yung mga peak ng market. And at least from our part and within the community and within the team sa BIM, ang ayaw natin mangyari is we also ride the volatility going lower. Meaning yung pababa. Diba? Ayaw natin ride yan. And that is actually our advantage. We're able to at least participate doon sa baba once meron ng nakakita tayo ng neglect phase. And then what is happening now, which is later we will discuss what is happening sa chart, is more of kailangan, when it comes to position size, this is a time na kailangan huwag ka masyadong greedy. Diba? Kasi it's difficult market and the catalyst or at least the story, one thing, for example, the US dollar is going higher. Ito na yung time na kailangan unti-unti muna, huwag ka munang masyadong positive with cryptocurrency, all that thing. So, yeah. When it comes
Matt,
to deployment,
just to add, yung kalaban nyo, kami, yung magpa-profit take from the ones who bought last year.
mhm.
Diba?
Yep.
No, knowing that this is happening and let's say ako, I want to profit take, magtitrim ako off my port. Diba? Bebentahan ko yung mga bumibili right now.
Right.
Mhm. Right.
So unless you have stacks like the ones who, let's say, bought back then, I don't think it's also the right time just to be greedy and blindly buying
Yes. Yep.
cryptocurrency right now, especially the dollar's going up. Diba? Buti sana
Right.
if may makita tayong weakness sa dollar, diba?
Tama.
Mhm.
Right now, pocket pa eh. It's not like it's
Yes.
near resistance or anything, right?
Yes.
Kaka-peak out lang.
Correct. So, yes, you could say that the crypto bull run is here to stay, but when sizing your bets, kailangan educated yung risk mo eh. Hindi kayong basta risk na lang to do it. Because at the end of the day, it's still money. That's hard-earned money. And we're here to make more money, right? Not to be right or anything. So I really agree with Matt saying na I don't think it's the time to be greedy just yet, especially with what's happening.
Right. And I
Right.
think that moment where you're most greedy, that's when emotions come in, bro. Yung tipong people chasing blindly, or this whole investor space becoming traders, or traders na ipit nagiging investors. I think, just to echo on that, one thing we can all, I guess, agree on is sticking to your plan and system. Whether you're long-term investor, you're gonna peso cost average or dollar cost average majors and trade some alts, you can stick to that. If you're a trader, yung tipong chupetero ka, scalper ka, edi mag-cut ka kung natamaan yung trail stop mo, if it's a clear break of support, because you can always come back and buy back versus maging ipit an investor, diba, Luis? Matt?
Yeah, tsaka, I mean,
Yes.
think about it. March, I think it was March last year, when the U.S. market collapsed, quote unquote.
Mhm.
Yung Thunderbolt pababa, ABC na medyo malaki. How much
Right.
was it? Like 20%?
Yeah.
15%? But it was a huge drop. Javi and I
Yes.
were taking TVIX back then.
Right.
That was a huge rug pull for everyone, right? And that was the US stock market. Yung PSEI nung nalaglag from, what was it trading at? Tagal ko nandito na trade PSEI, like 10K, right? 10K ba, Matt?
It's
Ano yung high ng PSEI?
that's 9,000
Mga 9.
year.
9.
Year.
And then
Yup.
it dropped to around close to 3 something, diba?
Yes, below at least 4,000.
Sub 4K, somewhere there,
That's
right?
4,000 last year.
Correct.
Nangyari
So
yung
these are stock markets, right? Moving like that. What more crypto?
Mhm, mhm.
Diba? So ang
Right.
problem is if papasok ka walang risk first mentality. If yung stock markets US Philippines kaya gawin yan. What more crypto when you saw a drop from 20K to 3K back in 2017, right?
Yeah, man.
So like who's to say we won't see the same volatility with the crypto market right now? The other way around, going down, of course, right?
Right.
So, kung back then was the time to be greedy, I think now is a good time to be cautious as a trader. Tama ba, Matt?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
Correct. Parang we really have to be wary with the trade plan. And just to wrap up before we move on to the TA portion by Matt, Luis, that thing you said, and I liked it when you were sharing with the team, the idea of being focused on certain horses or picks versus this whole ADHD sort of jumping from one altcoin to another. Can you wrap up a bit about that?
Yeah, dude. I mean, yun yung sakit ng traders usually sa crypto market right now. The big picture question is, are we in a bull market? Right? Most money is made, according to Jesse Livermore, by sitting on the fastest horse on a bull market. The problem is with other people is they try to be smarter than the market, right? And marami nagko-coin na, okay, Bitcoin's like God's money, etc. Yun yung question ko, how the heck do you outrun God? if Bitcoin's moving like this, isipin mo from 3.5 to 60K, how the heck do you outrun that? Unless you know which coin to pick every now and then, nasa new rotation, you're in this 24/7, etc. Diba? What are you? O diba? Nagmamagaling ka eh. Versus upuan mo, sakyan mo, and you're on the best horse, you won. Right? Already won. Ang problem, maraming tao, they're trying to stroke their ego moving in and out of different coins. Again, if anyone here has read Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, there was this guy there, si Old Turkey. Diba? Whenever people said na, hey, bakit hawak mo pa rin? Why aren't you selling? The only answer he said was, hey, we're in a bull market. So, with regards to that, sabi mo, Joseph, right? Oh, Luis, but di ka malikot sa trading mo, etc. Same answer, dude. I mean, we
Right,
broke
right.
off a 4-year pace. I got in with a good RR. back when it was what 18K nung nagko-conso, tranche konti nung 12. Sit. Why? Because hey man, we're in a bull market. Unless it proves me otherwise, then I'll think about it. Pero kung ADHD masyado, yun yung question ko. Are you really that good that you can outrun Bitcoin's move?
Correct.
If you're
And
that good and you're part of the 1% who can actually do that, then by all means go do that. Pero if wala kang alam, manggagaling kang PSEI, manggagaling kang US stock market, papasok ko and you're gonna attempt to outrun Bitcoin, well, good luck with that. Yun na lang. Good luck with that. Even kami, hirap i-outrun sa Bitcoin mismo eh.
True. Kumbaga, bro, Luis and Matt, yung rotation, like for example, seeing the rotation to NFT names, that was one rotation. Then now, it looks to be some sort of another rotation na hindi naman tayo Diyos na may crystal ball to tell us where it's going to go next. So we just don't want to be too smart about it, right?
Yeah, I think a good rule of thumb is if you're getting into the space, doon ka sa matunog, yung alam mong may fundamental kahit papaano.
Correct.
Coin, Ethereum, etc. Pag bigla ka nag-dive in sa exotics, tas galing kang PSEI and US stock market, I really think kakainin ka ng buhay ng volatility. Especially if you're a breakout trader. My God.
GG.
Dude, breakout trades, yung wicks ng cryptocurrency is not funny, dude.
It's not funny at all, bro.
Not funny at all. If you remember December XRP during the FUD, the SEC case, dude, that was not funny.
Not at all, bro.
Kung magkabusan, corned beef yung portfolio, dude, that's not funny.
Yeah.
Right.
So with that, coming from that, I agree with what you said, Luis and Matt, na parang we focus on names na matunog, yung tipong malaki yung market cap, may funda naman. So, bro Matt, siguro you can guide in some TA on these pairs.
Yeah,
Game.
tsaka, Joseph, just to add, I don't think maglilist naman ng PDAX nang walang fund eh.
Exactly, right?
When we were talking to Kyle, the new names that they're planning to, that are in the pipeline for 2021, lahat na napag-usapan kanina, may naman
Na merong fundamentals.
Yeah,
legit.
Diba? For
Agree.
sure, walang Doge.
And this is the importance of the regulations. Unlike before, na we mentioned kanina, na 2017, parang anyone can list a coin, yung mga ganyan. But at least for PDAX, at least meron laman yung token. Okay, so again, moving forward, for our chart, specifically na available sa PDAX, what we have here is Bitcoin, which is the largest coins, diba? So for BTC USD, at least what you are experiencing is a volatility, but currently at the support level. That's very important, guys. Yes, it's very difficult to trade, and we already mentioned it kanina, diba? But what we are seeing, at least today's move, is we are currently at support level. The next question is, where do we buy now? Yan naman lagi yung next question. If you saw a chart, if they saw a chart, saan tayo bibili, saan tayo magbebenta? Diba? Usually, ginagawa natin, or at least namin sa team, is we wait for more consolidation before pulling the trigger. Okay? Kasi, at the end of the day, we execute with a probability. Ano yung probability na yun? 70-80% of the time, we are correct. But there's always a time na we might be wrong also, which is 20-30% of the time. So going back dun sa chart, what is happening now is we are at the support. If you want to participate, yes, you can. But of course, you should still expect na pwede pa yan malaglag or at least lumusot to 50,000 level. And this is also the reason why we pointed out this. Makita mo, our support level using your blue line is at around 42,600. And that is possible yan. That is possible. Kasi nga, what we are seeing right now, and Luis also mentioned it, na what we are seeing is a volatility. Sobrang hirap mag-trade sa cryptocurrency right now. Okay? So at least that's for BTC and that's your expectation sa BTC. Now, Moving forward naman sa Ethereum or the ETH USD, you can see here that you are also at the support level, which is good news. Meaning, if you're a beginner using technical analysis, ito yung tipong mas malaki yung participation ng mga buyers versus the sellers. Andyan po yung support level natin, andyan yung merong foundation, andyan yung maraming buyers natin. So at least for ETH, what you are seeing is currently at support level. Yes, Luis?
Matt, tsaka just to add, pag sa support ka kasi namili, yung cut mo mas malapit versus pag bibilin mo
Yes.
breakout.
Oo.
So at least
Right.
yung risk
Correct.
reward natin dito, at least better versus sa
Very
habulin
clear.
natin. Out, diba?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Very defined.
Very
Yes, sir.
defined. Yep. So at least going back for ETH, we are at the support level, almost the same as BTC. Next, XRP. December, diba? This was during Christmas Holy Week. So, but at least what is price telling us for XRP or Ripple is currently at support also, which is very good news from our end. Why? Because at this level, you can participate. Diba? Hindi ka bumibili dun sa gitna. You're not buying at the resistance level. You're not buying at the breakout level, but you're buying at the support level of the token. So at
Yeah,
least for
just
XRP,
to add,
it's currently at support.
just to add, Matt, kasi nung December, nakarne si Joseph nito dahil sa SEC case, di ba? Pero recently may lumabas na, I'm not sure if it's true, but may lumabas sa SEC case na binigyan sila ng motion to dismiss.
Nice.
Sila Brad.
That's good news.
Okay.
And I think
And this might be,
fundamentally, kung mangyari yun, plus ganyan itsura ng chart,
yes.
maybe it's a good
Yeah.
buy.
And this
Not
is also the
good price.
reason bakit ganyan yung itsura ng chart ng Ripple. Meaning from a price perspective standpoint, makikita mo na there might be happening inside, 'di ba, na hindi natin alam. And
May
always
mga inside
remember
buyers,
guys,
may mga insiders na
yes,
movie,
always
no?
remember guys, 'di ba, price moves ahead of fundamentals. It's very important, 'di ba? Makikita mo muna 'yan sa presyo before lumabas yung mga fundamental news. Okay?
Yeah,
But going back for Ripple, almost the same as BTC and ETH, you're buying and currently at its support level. Now for BCH, medyo weak if you compare it dun sa naunang tatlo because it breaks at least your different moving averages here na break niya na eh. And what is happening now, at least when we draw our support line at 433, it is andyan lang, hovering at that level, merong mga wicks at that level, and if you want to participate, then you can, at least our bias for this BCH is we want this to consolidate more before you can participate.
Agree.
Kasi nga mas laggard siya versus the BTC versus the ETH and of course dun sa XRP. Okay? But at least for now, what you are seeing in BCH, Bitcoin Cash, it's currently at support also. But laggard lang versus dun sa iba.
Meaning, I
Next.
guess we can focus on, I guess, other issues.
Yung relative
with-
strength. Yung merong mas meron laman.
Kumbaga, concentrated bets so you can really make two of those particular issues, di ba?
Yep. Nice. Interesting. Okay, so at least for Litecoin, nice. You're seeing a good chart for Litecoin. Currently, it at support level. So, syempre, the expectation is you wait at least you wait for 2 to 4 days before you can participate. Ito yung sinasabi namin kanina, when it comes to pullback like this, yung retracement like this, taking profit like this, is you want the emotions to die down. Ayaw natin yung tipong while the emotions is going higher, doon ka nagpa-participate. We want na mag-consolidate more before you can participate. But at least you can see na majority of the tokens we presented is currently at, and kung hindi nasa support, near support level. And the reason behind it, we already explained it kanina, because of the volatility and the US dollar is moving higher.
Actually,
So for Litecoin, yeah.
yung gasgas na quote ni boss dito, you wanna wait for the market to tip its
Commit.
hand.
Yeah.
Before you
Diba?
commit to
Or bago ka mag-commit
Yes.
sa market, antay mo mag-commit sa'yo.
Mag-commit. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Mm. And
So,
Luis, Matt, there's also something about like options expiring by tonight, right? Or this last week,
Yeah.
diba?
Yup.
Contributing to the volatility of the market.
I think one part of the volatility too is institutions profit taking kasi patapos na first quarter.
Tama, that makes sense too. Closing their
Yeah.
books or locking
That's
stuff in.
possible.
Q1,
Yeah.
kung I
That's
mean kung
possible.
lumaki na rin yung participation ng institutions sa crypto, then you wanna expect them to like institutions na rin, diba?
Yeah, that makes sense, man.
Mhm.
So,
Correct.
so if April is starting and
Kahit
people are
maliit yung ano nila, yung position nila, di ba?
I
Kahit
mean,
maliit pa lang yung position
yung
nila at the
maliit nilang
moment,
position is already a whale position in the
big
market
for us.
cap.
Yes. Yes.
That's gonna move prices.
Yeah. Agree.
Correct,
I mean,
correct.
Right.
kung if gold's at 10 trillion and we're at 1 trillion, tas kahit maglagay lang sila ng konting allocation sa crypto space, konting galaw lang ng mga yan, it's gonna affect us so hugely, right?
Makes sense. Makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah, I think yun. One, it's end of the month, and two, it's end of a quarter one.
That makes sense. Good point.
Mhm.
I think that's why
Right.
lahat na nakikita natin at support nagpo-profit take yung mga tao.
Mhm. Right. Okay. So yeah, at least do you have a next slide for the chart? This is the last one, di ba?
This is the last one, actually, man.
Nice. Okay, so at least just to summarize, what you can see is the volatility andyan, but very important to note na what you can see on the different chart like BTC, ETH, XRP, BCH, and Litecoin is lahat ng yan is nasa support level, which is good news for us. Hindi pa yung tipong nagbe-breakdown from its support level, wala pang malaking candlestick na nagbebenta or something like that. But at least the good news as of today is we're at the support level or previous support. So yeah.
Well said. And I think, yeah, with that, guys, that kind of concludes our little Usapan Friday Kwentuhan with the Bros about crypto. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put
Joseph, just a disclaimer.
Sure. Go ahead, Luis.
We're not saying the big fat red candle at the end of the day won't happen. Huh? We're just
Right.
saying it hasn't happened yet.
Exactly.
So it's a trade at your own risk.
And
Not
that's the
financial
importance of
advice.
plan, having a plan,
Yeah,
right?
Not financial advice. You gotta plan the trade. What we know right now is we're at support. We're not saying that the big fat red candle at the end of the day won't happen. Because at the end of the day, we're playing the probabilities here.
Right.
Correct.
Diba? Baka kasi isipin ng viewers natin,
At support, pwedeng-pwede na.
at support,
You
sure,
accumulate without
pwede na.
any risk at all.
Correct. Dapat na nasa
Execute.
utak mo, bibili mo yan in case stuff happens, ready to cut ka.
Correct.
Traders tayo eh.
Right.
Just saying,
right.
para lang malinaw.
Correct.
Right.
And I mean, I think, Luis, it also depends on your risk appetite and trade plan. Again, if you're an investor, you're going to PCA, DCA, stick to that. If you're a trader, chupitan, short term, then you stick to that discipline with your sound risk management and trading side, diba?
Bro, but honestly, the big takeaway here is if you just said, and especially coming from Matt, who's one of the best performers in the PSEI, saying mahirap ang PSEI right now, and then money's falling off the trees in crypto the past 3 months. What are you doing not having a crypto account?
Correct. Right.
If you're only trading the PSEI, I think the big takeaway here is if one of the best guys trading it, si Matt, nahirapan, right? Ginagawa mo, wala ka sa crypto. Yun yung big question ko sa mga viewers right now. If you don't have crypto, what the heck are you doing? Your goal is to make money, but ka magpapakahirap. Tama ba, Joseph?
Tama. Kumbaga, are you even a trader? Why are you not following the process, bro?
Correct. All the money's here, man.
Right.
All the money's here. One of the best fund managers already telling you, nahirapan sa PSEI. Papakahirap ka.
Right. So, yeah, I guess I can read some of the questions here. Then you guys can chime in and answer. First question from dude named Jules. For daily charts in crypto, what time does the new candle form?
8 a.m.
It's
Got
8
it.
a.m. at least for Philippine time, Singapore time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
8 a.m. Philippine time. Pa
8 a.m.
nag-close yung new candle na after.
Yep.
Right. I'll answer this one by Brykes. What is the best way to trade? Is it short term or long term? And yung sagot na to, bro, it sounds philosopho, but as you study more, you'll understand the best trade or the best system is the one that works.
That
I
works
get
for
that
you.
from Luis. That works for you. Meaning, you have to assess your risk appetite, the time you can commit. Kung tipong may full-time job ka, you can't trade the market all the time. Wag pong pilitin maging short-term momentum trader. All of that. The true hallmark of any successful trader is marching to the beat of your own drum, and finding out that beat is a
Right.
journey in
Tama.
itself.
Right.
Ooh, this is an interesting question. Luis, Matt, you guys can chime in. I'll read it from Erica. Question to the speakers. Can you defend why cryptocurrencies will retain their value despite their code being open source? Theoretically, I could copy their coin, offer the same services, or even make everything quote unquote better, as all these alts are attempting to do for Bitcoin and to each other. For example, if I understand right, and I'm not sure about this by the way, Polkadot slots in their blockchain is sort of the reason why DOT token should go up, meaning TLDR, can't I just copy and code their services?
Okay. Joseph, ako na sasagot.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Why is the Mona Lisa valuable? Technically, I could just copy it and
Mm-hmm.
frame it, put it on a museum, and then ask people, hey, it's the Mona Lisa. Hey, go view it, etc. Bakit valuable yung Mona Lisa? Because people say it's valuable. It was the first one. Diba? And all the money's there. Essentially, yung piece of paper that says $100 bill, that's only valuable because why? Is it because it's a piece of paper? No, because everyone else says it's valuable. So the same thing with cryptocurrencies, with Bitcoin, the more people believe in it, the more people show na okay,
Right.
valuable. So it's the same with the Mona Lisa argument. Yeah, dude, it's just a painting. I could just copy that, display it here at my house, ask people say na, oh, this is valuable kasi ito yung Mona Lisa, etc.
Tama.
But what makes the one at the Louvre more valuable? Because people say it is more valuable, right?
Right, right. And I think to answer to that, the whole essence of blockchain technology, and I think you can also read the article by, I think, Lynn Alden about Bitcoin's network effect and how that's gonna cascade and change the space
Yeah,
insofar
happy just linked
as
it.
other projects are concerned, right?
Thanks for the
Right.
assist,
Right.
boss. Thank you
Yep.
for the assist. Yeah, network effect, basically.
Right. Isaac, where or what do you use to monitor strength of the dollar? That's DXY. Use the website or app TradingView. DXY is the ticker symbol.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think this is si Carlson Bato, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's him. For you, Luis and Matt, should new BTC investors, so I'd like to assume, yung mga may walang position, do they wait till 44K? How would they execute this trade na wala kang hawak?
Trade your setup. Trade your
Mhm.
setup. Hindi natin alam kung malalaglag ng 44K eh. Like for
Only
example,
God knows.
right now, I'm operating around trading it. I'm trading
Right,
around the position. May anchor ako. Kung papasok ka right now, trade your setup. Whether
Right.
that be a swing trade on a 20-day or mag-antay ka ng coil sa 50-day or gusto mo mag-spaghetti yung 50 pati 200, etc. Whether that happens or not, you stick to your plan like what Joseph said kanina.
Mhm.
Or kung
And
wari,
it's very,
DCA
this is,
ka, DCA ka, di ba?
ito lagi yung mahirap sagutin when it comes to financial markets. Now, once hindi pa nagre-retrace yung isang, at least for example, for BTC, ang hirap sabihin na you can participate or at least you wait muna ng 44,000 before you can participate. It's very difficult to answer. Why? Kasi at the end of the day, which is sabi nga rin ni Luis, at the end of the day, trust your system, if let's say, as of now, what you are seeing is merong setup to execute the buy button, then execute it. Hindi rin namin alam, kasi nga, at the end of the day, we're just 70-80% correct, 20%, 30% of the time, we might be wrong also.
No, I
But
think it's
at
more
least,
important, Matt, is ano
Mhm.
na if yung plan mo is to wait
yes,
40K,
yung goal,
and
actually yung goal.
if your plan is to buy and wait for it to drop to 44K, you have to be
Mhm.
at peace with the scenario na if pumutok to tapos hindi na bumalik, at peace ka doon sa decision na nagantay
Well
ka,
said. Right.
Yeah,
right? Because if
Right,
you're not
right.
at peace, then what's the point, right? So for
Mhm.
me, should new BTC investors buy at 44K and wait, sige, you could wait, but if it doesn't go back, you should be
Saan
at
ka
peace
bibili?
na inantay
Yes,
mo.
right,
You
right,
should, like, di ba, like si boss lagi sinasabi, you should be ready to buy at a higher price.
right.
So it's really gonna
Right.
depend on your
Kasi baka
plan.
baka hindi na bumalik eh. Baka hindi na
Correct,
mag-fall
eh.
back eh.
Correct. Hindi natin alam eh. We don't know. We're not
Yeah.
God.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a game of probability, right? And risk management.
Right?
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. And just to prove that, look at the oil chart back nung ano yun? March last
Exactly.
year.
March last year, pare. That's
Yeah,
that's $1, $2. If you look at the US oil now, it's
in
$60.
hours. That's insane. Sipin mo
Right.
kung yun nangyari sa crudo, who's saying that can't happen with
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
right.
People are saying impossible Bitcoin at this price, blah blah blah. Who's to say that can't happen, right?
Right.
We-
Just a few questions left. Just to answer them. By Patrick. Any upcoming ICO to look forward to? I'm not sure.
Hindi ako
You-
ano eh. Honestly, hindi ako fan masyado ng ICOs eh.
Mhm.
Kasi kung walang price structure,
Nice. Right.
hindi ko ma-measure yung risk to reward nung trade. Eh.
Right. That's correct.
Well said.
That's correct.
Diba?
Yung-
Versus the
So
current
this
price
is also the
structure.
same with if you're trading local market or even US market. Ang hirap maghanap or at least ang hirap i-justify if this is the right time to execute lalo na pag IPO or ICO. Kasi nga walang historical chart eh. Walang historical data. Diba?
Yup. Yung tipong Matt,
So-
we wait for an IPO base to form before it breaks out from there, diba?
Mhm. And of course, at least for an honest question lang din, at kami at least within the team hindi namin mini-monitor yung mga ICO.
Hindi, tsaka, just to ground the statement, ha, if you're thinking of buying ICOs because someone shilled you an ICO dahil kumita sila, hindsight yun eh. Hindi mo alam sa dinami
Right.
ng ICO kung ilan talaga yung kumita dyan eh.
Tama.
Mhm.
Right? No, wala namang mag-shill sa'yo nang hindi siya kumita eh. Quote unquote. Diba, Joseph?
Exactly. That's the whole concept of shilling, shill city.
Diba? Hindi ka naman mag-shill kung di ka kumita eh. So most likely kumita yan somewhere. Eh, ilan na ba yung kumita dyan?
Tama, bro. Agree.
Right? So I'd
Um,
rather stick to my system and trade given a good risk reward versus listening to someone shill an ICO na wala pang proof of work or concept, right?
Right. We can do like second to the last question, and I can answer this first. Dudes, what is your opinion about NFTs? So I can answer that first. We can all take turns answering that.
Yeah.
At least for me, it's interesting. I find it cool. And my main argument, and I could be wrong, is comparing the NFT market cap space where it is now compared to the overarching collectible space. Of course, the argument assumes a degree of correlation, and at least for me, I'm willing to make that bet. And this is kind of funny, and the team jokes about it with me all the time that I don't play ball, I don't follow NBA, but I'm flipping top shot packs and moments, right? I asked Luis and Matt, yo, dude, who's this guy? Is he good? Hold ba to? Benta, diba? So it's an interesting manifestation or adoption of cryptocurrency. I find it cool. So it's something that at least personally I'm willing to dabble some extra money. And hold and get the things with relative value and traction, being NBA Top Shot. And I just bought some cool looking stuff on Rarible, something with Elon Musk, Kobe, and Vitalik. You can see it on my Twitter. Luis and Matt, if you have builds to that NFT question, it's a good question.
Ano, Matt? Ikaw muna ako.
Go ahead, bro.
Well, for me, I'll only trade NFTs if you actually know what you're doing. The
Point.
Bro, honestly, the hard part for me with NFTs, walang chart eh.
Right.
Mahirap, bro.
Right? Yeah, I mean, ito, an NFT, walang chart. It's not like StockX with sneakers. At least may kandila pa ako nakikita, may line chart pa ako nakikita.
Mhm.
Ito with NFT, paano? Diba?
Right.
So for
right.
me, how do I measure my risk to reward unless I'm assuming that whatever I buy, collectible. Isi-zero ko na lang to. Kumbaga, I'll go in with the mindset na this isn't valuable, tapon yung pera, forget about it, and then see how much it's worth
Mhm.
after a while, right?
Right.
And si Mabel ba yung nag-comment about Pokemon?
So at least for NFTs, for me, at least you still need to understand what is going on. It's very important.
Right.
Mas mahirap intindihin, like we always let's say football, let's say, 'di ba, yung mga art piece, it's very difficult to understand if hindi mo naiintindihan yung importance niya, 'di ba? So at least for me, for example, NFT, I like basketball, I play basketball. Alam ko yung nangyayari sa mga players. So madali sa akin. Madali sa akin maintindihan yung nangyayari. 'Di ba? And same goes with Luis, football, for example. 'Di ba?
Oh, yeah, football, pero ano eh, naghahanap nga ako sa pop culture sila Boss Logic, etc. Kasi yung argument ko in terms of football and basketball NFTs versus let's say yung Pokemon, right? At least si Charizard hindi na ACL, bro. Si Charizard hindi na ACL. Just saying, si Charizard hindi na injure. Just saying. Yun lang. Tama ba, Joseph? Yun yung logic ko dun eh.
That was funny. Right.
Charizard, hindi na injure yun, pare.
You, bro, Matt, anything else to add? Because I think
No,
unfortunately we're
okay.
out of time. I think we're good with that. Any other questions you guys can, I guess, send us, or at least I'm opening myself, send me a DM, slide
Mhm.
in and ask your question. All good. So yeah, maraming salamat on my end, and I hope you guys had fun, learned, and I hope we can see you next month. So constant po ito, we'll be here for you. PIM Crypto Fridays in partnership with PDAX to share stuff and have fun.
Hi Joseph, hi Luis, hi Matt. I just jump in here. Thank you so much for that presentation. Learned so much. And again, correct. This will be a monthly thing. So mga kapidax or everyone watching this, please expect this every month. No, this is so that we can provide more knowledge to you guys, so you can make better decisions. And also, Joseph, diba, you guys have a trading community called Open Journal. So if you guys want to learn more about that, you can go to the link tree that they provided in the screen to learn more about Open Journal, PH, or even Buhawi.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, thank you. Before that, I will just have two things, super quick things to announce. I know we're out of time. Number one, I'll be at the end of it all. I'll be announcing who won our shirts. Number two, an announcement from PDAX, and actually dalawa lang pala. So I'll get straight into it. So in relation with how easy it is to trade in PDAX, we wanted to announce just recently na we have made cryptocurrency trading made more affordable. So you can now buy and sell your favorite crypto for as low as 50 pesos. You can check our latest Facebook post to learn more about more details. So for example, you can buy as low as 0.00002 BTC instead of the original 0.001 BTC. And then much lower na yung mga trade size. So you can buy as low as 50 pesos essentially on PDAX. Whereas before it was around 200 pesos to place a trade with us. No, so that's just an announcement we have. And then finally, the winners for our PDAX t-shirts, they are the following. They're the first 5 people who asked questions that Joseph picked. No, so number 1 is Jules Calalang. Number 2 is Lesandro Espinosa Montañez. Number 3, Erica Ong. Number 4, Isaac Mercado. And number 5, Anselmo Gabriel. So congratulations to you 5. To claim your prize, kindly message the PDAX Facebook page as well as a screenshot of this so that we can certify that you are the winner. So the 5 winners again, Jules Calalang, Lesandro Espinosa Montañez, Erica Ong, Isaac Mercado, and Anselmo Gabriel. Congratulations. And thank you again for watching, everyone. I'll end it right here. Thank you, Joseph, Matt, and Luis for joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll see you
Welcome.
again soon. Thank you, guys. Have a good
Thank you,
weekend.
guys. Yeah. Happy
See ya.
weekend, guys.